Ah, sorry, well, I don't think that worked quite as well as I thought it would. Okay, well, let's just sit here for a minute and see if we can get some people back in. Yeah, I may have to look at another way of doing that then, which is irritating, but one of the many limitations of PlayStation 5. Welcome back. Sorry, those of you that were just there and probably got kicked out. Yeah, that was something that I didn't consider when I tried to sort of make that improvement. Hopefully you can all see me now, and we're good to go. So we're trying something different today, which is going to be Day of the Tentacle, and because we're going to have a bit of a retro day. I'm going to start this from the beginning, so you can all get on board from the start, and yeah, see what it's all about. Adventure Time mug. We're going adventuring. And yeah, so what we'll do is we'll talk early on about the topic of conversation. We'll get into the game first, I think. Nice to see you guys. Hi Bobby, hi Wallbeard. Really appreciate your continued patronage to the Von Jergo SoberStream channel. It's great to see you both here. Yeah, we're going to make Tuesday Retro Day, and through requests and suggestions yesterday, Day of the Tentacle is the retro game you're playing. This is the remastered PlayStation version. It was remastered for PlayStation 4 a few years back now, and I played it a bit, but as with most retro games, they are so much harder than you remember, and especially a game like this where it's a point and click style game where you've got to do things in a certain order. It's really good. So if you're in the chat and if you are here and you're willing to contribute, yeah, that is it, Wallbeard. You can definitely help me out. Generally, I wouldn't say, generally we wouldn't want backseating on a stream, but I definitely want backseating. Give me suggestions as we go. So let's get into the game, and then we'll talk about what the subject of the sober stream is tonight, because obviously I am here primarily to talk about recovery, alcoholism, my path through this illness that I have suffered, this disease that I am suffering, and it is a disease, and that is going to be the main topic of the conversation. Let's get involved. Good to see Mark's brain. Never played this before. It is incredibly good. I mean, this game is years old. I mean, it must be coming up to 30 years old originally. Just going to go straight in with a new game. Your autosave data will be overwritten. Yes, I am sure. Would you like to enable the developer's commentary? Not today, no. Look at these incredibly good graphics. It has been remastered. It's really pixelated, the original version. This beautiful scene. Just enjoy that, soak it in. Oh, it's not so nice, the pollution. Oh, it's turning. 93, so it is nearly 30 years old. This is insane. Area contaminated with industrial waste, that's not good.
I'm thirsty.
I don't think you should drink that.
After this initial bit, we'll start talking about something to do with recovery so that everybody can get involved.
Nonsense. It makes me feel great. Smarter. More aggressive. I feel like I could.
Wallbeard's gone on Wikipedia. Source of all information for you.
Like I could.
He's got arms, man.
Take all the world.
Well, that's not good. That is not good at all. And I guess that's where he gets his name from. It's not just a clever name. Day of the Tentacle. It is their day. look at these
Look,
dudes, but that
Cody,
dude
it's
there.
a hamster. Just what I need for dissection lab tomorrow.
I think
Nice.
I need that for the band, Laverne. You know, like we could bite its head off or whatever.
This guy could be in Von Jergo.
Hands off that hamster.
Friend of yours, Bernard?
He belongs to Weird Ed Edison, and it looks like he's brought us a note.
Nice.
It's from my old friend, Green Tentacle. He says that Purple Tentacle's mutated into an insane genius.
That is clearly where that
and Dr.
sequel
Fred's
comes
going
from.
to kill them both.
Johnny Warbeard talking about the 1987 Maniac Mansion.
I thought I was free of Dr. Fred and those crazy Edisons forever. But now I know that I must go
Well, this is clearly our protagonist.
to the mansion.
Back to the Mansion, 1987. You know it's happening. Right, nice opening titles. Okay, so Sober Stream tonight is about a little bit of me explaining about what alcoholism really is and the problems that come with sort of admitting you're an alcoholic to other people. To the wonderful backdrop that is this incredibly good game. Tim Schafer, what a guy. I mean, he made some of the best games going. Grim Fandango, I think he's involved in that as well, isn't he? What a game. But the idea of alcoholism, I'll just pause it a bit, and the understanding behind it, the people don't really have, is that it is considered a disease. And the initial thoughts that people have when you say that alcoholism is a disease is the eye rolling, people walking out, probably people clicking off this stream as it happens. Me saying it's a disease is a very, very unpopular opinion because it's self-indulgent, isn't it? Alcohol. You do it because you've got free time, because you want to have fun with your friends. Can't be a disease. And that is actually the sort of education that I'd like to sort of help people with, that sort of understanding of it. And whether you agree with me, whether you don't, it's entirely up to you. Your opinions are your own. But it because it's a horrible, horrible illness, it's an illness that convinces people that it's not an illness from the start. So you've got people rolling their eyes going, what's wrong with that guy? Why can't he sort his life out? Why can't he stop doing those things? Well, because I'm ill, because I'm poorly. You wouldn't expect someone with other debilitating chronic illnesses. This is chronic. It's not something that you can just take a pill and it's done. It is a chronic illness, something that continues, that I will have forever, that I cannot get away from. And the best diseases convince you that they're not a real disease. How long did it take to convince people of COVID and the dangers of that? How long did it take to convince people? There are still skeptics out there saying that it's not real. Right, I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's get back into this. I love the title. The title sequence is awesome. The fact that it's got a title sequence on it in this way, it's great. I'm just going to crack open a cold, no caffeine, no sugar, Coke, Gold. It's actually quite nice. No caffeine this time, right? Peppermint tea, caffeine-free Coke. Other soft drinks are available. I'm getting no ad revenue, not yet. So it's a disease that convinces you that it's not a disease to start with, so that you've got everybody around you going, ugh, that guy and his alcoholism, what a loser, what an idiot. And the symptoms of it, the symptoms of this disease are so repulsive that people attribute them to bad behaviour. They attribute to them to something other than it being an illness. Does that count? They attribute it to willful bad behaviour, like it's my fault. And
Okay, we'll spread out.
I always believed that it
commando
was.
style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors.
Well, I'm going to have to do something in a minute.
Hokey, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll
Reconnaissance?
maintain Command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking
The
for?
lobby.
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
And I've got a show to set up later tonight.
Yes,
If I'm
Hoagie.
late, I don't get to test the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred,
Drums take the
he's
longest.
got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
Well, there you go. That is the big question. Right, remember these controls because I'm going to forget and I'm going to be like, I don't know what the controls are. And it's going to be really annoying. So if you're getting really frustrated with me, just let me know. But I will do my best to remember what these are. So walk to confirm X, move the cursor. Is that me or is that like the dude? He does look like a typical nerd from The Simpsons. Get 'em, boys! Open inventory, that's the key one. That is triangle. Getting some test icicles nonsense again. Cycle the inventory. Switch the render mode. Oh, you can change it to the pixelated version, I think. I'm going to do that as soon as I can. Object highlight, change characters. Right, okay, so there's a character swap, just like Genshin Impact. Nice. All right, there's the cursor. Just point and click. Yeah, all right. I will do that. Door. Chuck the plant. Look, see, these are my interaction things. I'll examine him, yeah?
A horticultural horror.
Oh. Phone's out of order. Oh. Dime. Let's take that. Yoink. There's another one down here. Look at this.
Spearmint, my favorite.
Gross.
It's stuck to the floor.
Great. 9 people in the stream. That's great. Thank you guys for joining again. I really, really appreciate it. We're playing Genshin we're not playing Genshin Impact tonight. This is not Genshin Impact. This is Day of the Tentacle. Retro Gaming Tuesday. That's what I'm calling it. That's what we're calling it. That's what our community is going to call it. We're building a community here. I'm excited about this. Bobby says, where do you stand on finding something to replace the habit of, say, holding a can or drink, but is instead non-alcoholic? The Coke can made me think of it. Yeah, so what to do with your hands at parties, that is the big alcoholic thing, isn't it? What do you do? I mean, you can only drink so much Coke. You can't, it's not Moorish in the same way that alcohol is very Moorish. I want to eat that. Close Up Magic, Go Team Liz, first time commenter. I don't fully know what your question is. Please clarify. Yeah, I think the habit of holding something is just something you get over. It's just something to get over, basically. I have to choose new things to do as well, basically. So where I would usually be going to something and let's pick up this flyer. Yoink. Okay. Look at that, pixelated. Oh, I see. Yeah. If you need to do something with your hands, you could learn Close Up Magic. Yeah, I could, but I don't want to be the magician at parties. That's not for me. There's some other guy that we know that does that, and I don't want to be that guy because actually, sometimes it comes across well, but not always.
Aha! A secret passage. This is all too easy.
Oh, settle down. Ow. Oh, I've like skipped over to Hoagie.
Laverne, how'd you get upstairs?
Getting the clock,
Am
yeah.
I upstairs? I got lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
Oh, just something I whipped up in my spare time. Made good pets, actually.
This guy sounds exactly
Until
like
one
my
of them
voiceover
tried
for that
to
guy
take
yesterday.
over the world. Had to tie the little buggers up in the basement.
Oh, can't say that now.
Good thing you told us that.
Yeah, Bernard wanted us to set them free.
Thank God you weren't that stupid. Did you say Bernard?
Oh no, this guy knows Bernard.
Okay,
What?
you're free
It seems
to
to
go.
have skipped forward quite a lot.
Thanks, Bernard.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
Right, so just by getting into that clock, I've done something stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Is this like
now
Far
I
Cry, where you can
remember.
just get to the end
He's
straight away?
incredibly evil, isn't he?
I'll try to talk him out of it.
Well, what possible harm could one insane mutant tentacle do?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. Cue the game.
Leaping lab rats!
Dr. Fred.
What have you done this time, you meddling milquetoast?
Milk
Now
toast, if you know what that is, can you put it in the chat,
Purple
please? I have
Tentacle
no
is free to
idea.
use his evil mutant powers to take over the world and enslave all humanity.
Whoops.
Our only hope now is to turn off my sludge-o-magic machine and prevent the toxic mutagen from entering the river.
Isn't it
Yeah.
a little late for that, Doctor?
Of course, that's why I'll have to do it. Yesterday.
Right,
through
so
the
this guy
time
is-
machine.
He's going back in time. No, nice.
This
So
is
we've got some
all
time
your
machine
fault,
stuff going
Bernard.
on.
Behold, children.
We've
the
accidentally freed this
Chronogon.
tentacle,
Aw, can't you just send Bernard?
and he's sending them all three
No,
to different
you must
places.
all go to increase the odds that one of you will make it there alive.
Amazing.
Have
Right.
any people ever been hurt in this thing?
There's a lot of reading, a lot of
course
thinking, and a lot of
not.
listening here going on. I'm not sure this is the most
I've
streamable
ever
game
tried
ever,
it
but
on people.
we'll stick with it for tonight. Also, haven't done an awful lot yet. I clicked one clock thing, got in, and moved the story forward by about 20 minutes by the looks of things. So we'll persevere. It's an old game, 1993.
Well,
Come on, go give it a
I'll
chance.
be.
Graphics are good at least.
Bernard, float over here so I can punch you.
We'll talk some more recovery stuff
This
in just a
must be
second.
that
Let's just get past.
Woodstock
Let's just get
place
through
Mom
this.
and Dad
This
are always
dizzying
talking about.
time travel. Einstein,
What could it all mean?
Shakespeare.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Oh,
Die.
old tentacle.
Die. We
Looks
may
like a
not
penguin.
live to see yesterday.
I'm sure Dr. Fred wouldn't have done this if it weren't safe.
After all, he is a doctor.
It worked.
He is a doctor.
I can't believe it.
We'll get to doctors.
And they
In a
said
second, excuse me, that's a problem with
imitation
drinking Coke
diamond
on stream.
wasn't Good enough.
Oh no, that's going to cause problems, isn't it?
Uh-oh.
I mean, this is moving quite fast. I haven't really touched the controller an awful lot. Milquetoast equals a timid or feeble person. Oh, nice. Thanks, Go Team Liz. Appreciate that. This is quite good. This has got sort of GTA 5. GTA 5 must have got its vibe from here because we're going to play 3 characters at once.
Cheap mail order jewels.
What
Other
happened to
games tried
Hokey
to copy
and
that GTA
Laverne?
5 3 characters at once
I
thing. It just
knew
doesn't,
I
didn't
should
work.
have bought a
So they
real
do it so
diamond.
well.
Are they alive?
My dials say that the larger specimen landed 200 years in the past.
200 years
and
in the
other is
past.
stuck 200 years in the future.
Well, hurry
Can
up
you use
and
the
bring them
future?
back.
Now you're and this
as
nerd
soon
guy's
as I
now.
get a new diamond, then all your buddies have to
Probably
do
shouldn't be
is
saying nerd
plug
in a
their
derogatory way.
respective
I'm a nerd.
chronogens and
Plug them in? Where is Hoagie going to find an electrical outlet 200 years in the past?
Yeah, he's not going to, is he?
yes, well, he'll be needing my patented super battery then, won't he? Now, where did I put those patented super battery plans of mine?
Plans? How are we going to get Hoagie plans?
Don't worry me with details, boy.
I think we've got a lot to do here straight away. I mean, it's bombarded us with tasks. It's bombarded us with enormous amount of
Now what
information.
am I going to do?
If I'm honest, I've not really
I
listened to.
think I made
So
myself
if you've been
perfectly
keeping
clear.
track, then you can help me later
Step
on.
1, find plans.
Step 1, find the plans. Right,
Step
lay it out.
2,
So,
save
save the world.
world. Step 3, get out of my house.
Yeah, nice.
Let's get cracking.
Let's get cracking indeed. Okay, so it says let's get cracking. Right, okay. We've got some control at last. Right. So now that we've got a little bit of control over this.
Upstairs. That's got to be it. Upstairs.
Now we've got a little bit of control over this. Let's take a pause. So we talked about alcoholism being a disease, and it is a disease, whether you want to think about it that way or not. It is a disease, and it's a horrible, horrible disease, a disease that convinces it's not a disease. It's a disease where the symptoms look like bad behaviour, look like willful bad behaviour. It is a disease that is genetic, but it's not genetic in as much that everybody in the family gets it. So if you've got a susceptibility to cancer, the oncogene within you, you will get tested, and it's you then get monitored because it's likely that you are liable to more liable to contract cancer, but develop cancer over your lifetime. So you are monitored and you are aware of that. Whereas with alcoholism, it is genetic, but it's that weird thing where it's not in every member of the family. So you have two brothers, one that is affected and one that isn't affected. You can have a parent that had their parent that was an alcoholic, but maybe only one of their parents. It's one of those weird phenomena like that where, again, people then don't believe that it's a genetic disease because is it really? Because it's not in everybody. It is a disease that makes the person suffering from it lose insight. How many times did I say, no, I'm fine, don't worry about it, I'll be alright, I'll just have another one, be fine. A disease that stops you realising how ill you are. And that's the thing, that if you're not an addict, if you're not an alcoholic, if you're not an addict, you don't necessarily understand precisely what I'm saying, but perhaps this is a little bit of help towards understanding that. You've got a disease where some people might get better over time. Some people are able to recognise it and change without help. And some people don't. And some people actually succumb to it, and some people die. Quite a lot of people die. Apparently in the United States, the biggest killer of the young is addiction. Higher than cars, higher than being run over by a car. Which is just mad, I think. It's just really, really mad. So if you're just joining the stream, if you've first time to the stream, the idea is that I play some games whilst talking about some subjects that are quite serious to me because it's what I'm going through at the moment, and actually maybe it raises a little bit of awareness. Maybe you go away from this and you think, actually it might be worth somebody I know watching this. It might be worth somebody I know understanding that there's other people that are going through this. I'm going to pull this lever. Pull lever, use lever, look at lever.
I think it's the switch for the sludge-o-matic machine. There, it's off. But it's too late now.
Oh, well, that's not great, is it? What's this? Harmonic generator. A harmonic generator. It's a modulator.
I think it's designed to run with something. More like a small rodent.
We definitely saw a hamster earlier in the game, didn't we?
It's Dr. Fred's design for a super battery. It's capable of storing up to 1 gigavolt with a charging time of only 0.01 seconds. Wow! Nice. It's Dr. Fred's design for a super battery. I've got the plans.
Quick, we have to flush them to Hoagie.
Right, so I found the plans. Well, that was quite easy.
My ingenious super battery design, please.
It feels like that guy would have known where they were better than me.
You really flushed them.
Yes.
Down the toilet.
No, through time. Using the highly sophisticated time flux hydraulic vortex chamber I've installed in each chronogon,
Amazing. Send it back through time.
Small inanimate objects to each other through
He should
time.
really know where his stuff is. Because, thanks, Warbird. I agree.
Hello? Dr. Fred, can you hear me?
What's this?
Rat.
Is this girl called Phoebe?
Did you hear something?
No. Let's see if what's-his-name catches on.
Hoagie. He's the best one. He's the drummer. Von Jergo's new drummer.
Oh, great. I'm stuck in colonial times, tentacles are taking over the world, and now the toilet's backing up.
Okay.
He's got like a proper dude
Come over
1993
here.
voice.
It's your old pal, Dr.
Oh,
Fred.
sad thing.
Dr.
When this game
Fred?
came out, Kurt Cobain was still alive.
I want you to pick up those plans you see in the Chronogon, Hoagie.
I bet he didn't play
Bring
this.
them to Red Edison. He's my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He'll
Nice.
know what to do.
You need the plans to make a super battery so you can plug in your chronogon.
So, the plans have travelled through
if you
time.
say so, Bernard.
Hoagie,
Good boy.
Von Jergo's new drummer,
Does he have any experience
is going
with
to take the
electronics?
plans to Red
well, I once saw
Edison.
him take 3,000 volts directly through his head without batting an eye.
Didn't he pass out?
Well, he was already passed out when it happened.
There's a lot of dialogue in this game.
Time for me to save the world, I guess.
Do we get to be Hoagie? Yes, we do. Look at this. Nice. Oh, what? Every time I click something,
Soon all the power of the heavens will be mine! All mine!
he does look a bit like Thomas Edison, I guess.
Nasty weather!
Right. I'm going to go back here because...
Huh. This door appears to be locked.
What about this one?
Huh. This door appears to be
Well,
locked.
that's not great, is it? Kumquat trees.
I don't wanna.
Mm,
Kumquats.
nice. This guy's like a dude. Dude. Okay, so where can we go? Come on, Hoagie. Get your buns moving. So, the idea of this, the alcoholism being an illness, is the fact that you've got people around you that don't believe that you're ill, that you're just being a self-indulgent idiot, that you are willfully behaving poorly, acting out, drinking, for whatever reason you've given them. It's a party, I can have a drink. It's Saturday, I can have a drink. You know, that kind of stuff. It's Tuesday, I can have a drink. Definitely heard that a lot. Not bad mouthing Tuesday. Ooh. I just got a trophy. I got a trophy for prattling on over the top of the game. It's amazing. Thank you for that acknowledgement of my gender. Anyway, you've got this disease that is not convincing people that it's a disease. So they are probably disappointed in you. They are worried about you, but they don't realise that you're sick. They want you to stop, but you've lost insight. So you have no idea that you're sick or ill or need help. And you just go, oh yeah, no, it's fine. I'll just have another beer. Come on, man. I'm talking like Hoagie. Come on, man. It's Friday night. I got to get hammered. And that part of it is what keeps you going with the alcoholism, which the addiction, the continued bad behaviour, as it seems. Let's have a look at this.
It's
Dude.
totally covered with crud.
Crud. I love this guy's voice. It's so awesome. Why did he walk all the way around there to actually talk to it? Oh, we have to talk about it. I did that the other day. At least recording these streams will make me realise how much I repeat myself. I don't mind repeating myself about you.
I don't wanna.
Can I not go in? Yes, I can. So where did I get to? And actually, one of the worst things about alcoholism is that it is a disease of freedom. It sort of penalises you for having too much free time, having spare change in your pocket. And it takes those things away from you. It takes away your freedom, and it takes away your ability to do other things, because you become absorbed by it. You become totally dependent on it, that you no longer have any freedom, because that addictive behavior, which I've talked about before, where you just justify everything around drink, it's just bizarre, really strange behavior. And you do it because you are ill, because there is something wrong with the chemicals in your brain. There is an imbalance there, and the things that you should be getting pleasure from, things like bird watching, things like gaming, things like talking to people and enjoying conversation, you don't get pleasure from those things. You get pleasure from drinking. You get pleasure from being drunk. And actually that is what makes it an illness of freedom, because it takes away those things that you would have held dear. Back before I was drinking, I don't think I had a problem with talking to people and having fun. I laughed easier. At the worst times, I felt that I couldn't laugh without being drunk. I felt that getting overexcited, drinking and being overexcited and happy was me being happy. And actually people looked at me at those times and rolled their eyes and went, why is he behaving so badly? Probably not out loud, but they probably thought it to themselves. And they're right to think that, because nobody understood. Nobody understood. Right, let's talk to this mummy.
What's up? Don't feel like talking, huh? Vow of silence or something, probably, right? Well, that's cool.
Oh, I'm going to have to move my thing so I can't see. Let's just see what I can do here. There we go. I have something for Red Edison. Great hat, man. Later, dude. Right. Let's get some interaction going on. What do you want me to say? What should I say? A, B, or C? A, B, or C in the chat. A, B, or C? I have something for Red Edison. That's not his voice. Oh, I have something for Red Edison, dude. Great hat, man. Later, dude. Prof Dandini's going B. Thanks, man. Thanks for contribution tonight. Nice to see you here again. Yeah, let's go great hat, man.
Great hat, man.
Munchkin Magic, first time commenter. Thank you. Do you see it as a spectrum illness, or do you think there are other factors that affect someone's ability to stop? It is a spectrum illness. How it's described is being a progressive illness. So at a point in time, you are okay, and it develops and it develops and it develops. Now, me at my worst is not recent. When I was at my worst, when those behaviours that seemed like willful bad behaviours, when they were at their worst, nobody cared quite as much, because our friendship group was in the pub. We were having parties at flats that I lived in, and everybody was drinking quite a lot anyway. But my alcoholic behaviours were crazy, insane behaviours back then. Waking up in the morning and just starting drinking on a Saturday, drinking all the way through the weekend, just being completely numb, being totally drunk the whole weekend. And that was when it was at its worst. But it didn't matter, and it didn't affect people in the way that it has done in more recent years. And what I've found in more recent years, the progression of the illness is that I still think that those things are okay, getting up and drinking in the morning. So I'd still do it. There were more people watching me, more people thinking it was a bad idea now. So therefore I felt bad about it. I knew that it was wrong, but I still did it because it was okay 10 years ago. And my illness tells me it's okay and justified. So it's a progression. And actually the symptoms became worse, like the effect of it. I talked about blackouts in one of my streams recently. Those became more frequent. And what seemed to happen is I drank more recently and for a worse purpose. I don't know. It's really difficult. I think the idea of it being a spectrum illness is probably right. But there's definitely people that are not alcoholics that are heavy drinkers. There are people that if you wave a family in front of them and go, look, here's your kids, stop drinking, man, they stop. Or policeman says you're going to jail if you don't stop drinking, and they stop. Now, I never had the jail thing, never got that far. But can I stop drinking if people tell me to? No, it never worked. Didn't want to. Didn't think it was worthwhile. Now, we didn't end up having the family that we felt that we were going to have, but would I have stopped drinking if we had kids? Doubt it. Very much doubt it. I don't think it would have been enough. If someone had come to me and said you're going to lose your job, stop drinking, would I have been able to do it? I don't think so. I'd have said, no, you lose your job, idiot, and kept on drinking. But there are some people that can drink heavily and then stop. I'm not one of those people. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 options, A, B, C or D. A, B, C or D. That is right, isn't it? Do I know my alphabet? I dig the 3-corner idea. I know some dudes in a band who'd eat roaches for hats like that. Know where I could get one? Later, dude. What are we doing? Ballbeard says B. Let's do it, the band one.
I know some dudes in a band who'd eat roaches for hats like that.
Of course, they'd probably eat roaches anyhow. They're called Insensitive Spittoon. That is a good name for a band. Know where I could get them a couple of hats extra big? I feel like I need the hat. Do we think we need the hat? Let's go C. Yeah.
Know where I could get them a couple of hats extra big?
I mean, this has been a bad conversation. One way. It's like this guy's hammered. Are there several manufacturers? Would I need to go to a specialty store? Do they come in a variety of designer colours? This conversation is going nowhere. Is this even helping me? What am I even trying to do? Save the world from the tentacles? He's obsessed with the hat. I wish I'd not opened this can of worms.
Would I need to go to a specialty store? I don't suppose you'd consider parting with yours, would you? Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Right, let's go this one. Just take the hat. Give me the hat. I want the hat.
I have something for Red Edison.
This guy's not going to answer. Games have moved on, haven't they? Right, A or B, do you know where I could find him? You wouldn't be him, would you? We know that it's not the mummy.
Do you know where I could find him? Well, nice talking to you, dude.
Right, well that... I mean, I'm saying pointless. Was that pointless? Oh, come on, man. Is this a streamable game? I'm not sure. I mean, it's quite cool. But the dialogue is quite good. I love this hoagie guy. He's got an H on the back of his hat. H is for hoagie. Right, I'm taking the oil. I'm taking the spaghetti.
Bitchin'.
Oh, nice. Use.
I don't wanna.
Use water pump with. Replace the hat with spaghetti. That does sound like a good idea. Can opener. Where did I get that?
I don't wanna.
Right, so we can't use.
Bitchin'. I can't open it.
Why did it give me that option then? Wow, there's a lot. There's at least a lot of scenes in this. Right, should we take the bucket? Right, I'm gonna put the bucket with this. This is a good idea. Right, chat, help me out. Should I put the bucket with the water pump and then the spaghetti in the water? Replace the hat with the bucket. No, that does seem like a good idea. Let's do it. Replace the hat with the hat isn't specific, but I'll try it with the mummy.
I don't wanna.
Well, yeah, that's great. If you play Grim Fandango, when you do something odd like that, the dialogue is specific. Game must have been come after it. Right, bucket with water pump? Or any other suggestions? Right. Any other suggestions? Bucket with water pump. Thanks, Warbeard. Munchkin Magic, yes. Thank you. Look at that. Right. Throw water on the mummy. Yeah, alright.
I don't wanna.
Oh, Prof Dandini. That was going to be the chef's kiss of an idea.
I don't wanna.
Talk to the shivering guy. All right, let's go and talk to the shivering guy. It's John Hancock. John Foot Penis. Oh yeah.
Yo.
Hello?
Give me A, B, or C. A, B, or C. What's up? You cold? Hey, you got hiccups, man? You petrified of public speaking? Why would he say that? Are we assuming that he is? A from Go Team Liz, thank you.
What's up, you cold?
What's up?
Cold? I'm freezing.
He's freezing. Why don't you build a fire? Hey, fool, why don't you build a fire? Why don't you have some hot coffee? Why don't you put on a coat? Got a motor, dude. What do you reckon is going to progress it? Build
Why
a
don't
fire.
you build a fire?
Well, I keep asking Jefferson to build a fire, but he won't.
I like his voice.
Says he needs the log for posterity
Oh.
and won't part with it.
The slow shutter speed on my rectum. He's going to give the log to starving children. You mean it's like a symbol of growth or something? Who'd want a poster of a log? So we need to get the log, build a fire, so that John Foot Penis is not as cold as he should be.
He's going to give the log to starving children?
I don't get any respect around here. Why, I bet if George I spent the winter in Valley Forge, Washington was cold, we'd get some heat in here.
What are you guys doing in here? Or he's shivering and that guy's doing something with logs. Woody Allen, nice. How come? Yeah, it is Woody Allen's voice, isn't it? It's John Hancock. Hancock. That's a film. How come you sign your names? Oh, it's got Will Smith in. Hancock. Can't talk about that guy no more. Right.
Awesome blanket there, dude.
Right, he wants the hat, he wants the blanket.
It was given to me by my dear old colorblind Aunt Hattie.
Oh. Is he saying he's colourblind because it's like a fetching colour?
How come you sign your name so big?
Astigmatism.
What's astigmatism? I don't know. What's astigmatism with you?
You mean you have like a childhood complex?
All right. The truth is that a friend once told me that women go crazy over guys with a big signature.
I don't think it's signature, man. I think it's something else. I think that's a shame that we can't mention Will Smith. I think there are some problems there. He might need help. Albeit, yeah. Now, being that this is a mental health inspired stream, mostly based around addiction. Now, I don't think that Will Smith has got any addiction problems, but there's something there, isn't there? There's a reason he got up, and we've all laughed at it, and we've all looked at memes and gone, yeah, that's funny, that whole situation, or gone, oh, that's totally fake, or he didn't really slap him, or it was set up. But I mean, it is totally weird what happened there. And yeah, I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to get into it too much. Excuse me. He's involved in Scientology, and slapping someone is encouraged. I would not encourage the mentioning of Scientology in this stream because they're watching, dude. They are watching all the time. Not this stream, but you know, they are watching in general.
What are you guys doing in here?
We're writing the.
We're drafting a constitution for the United States.
Right, so we're back here, 1776.
Don't say draft. You'll only make me colder.
Is that the Constitution? I don't know, not American. We don't learn about American history quite so much. Right, why don't you build a fire? We've done this, haven't we? So the fire one was a no-go. Hot coffee? Do they even know what coffee is at this time?
Why don't you have some hot coffee?
Oh, I can't stand coffee. It makes me irritable and want to bang my head against the walls.
Wow, there is a lot of dialogue in this. This is I'm not sure this is streamable content, but anyway, we'll persevere for a little bit longer. Just going back to the sort of recovery thing, I just want to make sure I've spoken about it in the length that I want to. The main focus has been about the fact that alcoholism is a disease. I'm not here to convince you of that fact. I'm just telling you what I believe to be true. And it does explain an awful lot of the reasons why it's such a taboo subject. The solutions that for this disease that I'm proclaiming it to be are not easy ones as well. So we've basically created an illness here where people don't believe it's an illness, where it's genetic but it has no pattern. The symptoms look like bad behaviour. You lose insight, so you don't know how sick you are. You might get better, but you might not. People are prone to relapse because it's chronic, because I've got this forever. People are prone to relapse, and that may happen quite often. It may happen once or twice, and I have to be afraid of that all the time. I have to be worried about a lapse or then a relapse. I haven't lapsed so far. I'm 6 months, and I'm pleased with that. But I have to work hard at it every single day and have to think about it, and it has to be on my mind every day. That's why this stream is really important to me, because actually it makes me think about it. It makes me talk about it every single day. Now, if we were in non-COVID times, I'd probably go to groups and talk about it there with other people, because actually the way that people get better is not through some wonder drug or pill or go to the doctor and he goes, yeah, why don't you have this and you'll be fine. Actually, the way you get better is by sharing with people that you know, by sharing with people that you don't know, and listening to them and coming together as a community and speaking about it. And that, out of everything that everybody's ever tried, seems to work. People don't tend to relapse quite so much if they talk about their illness, if they talk about their anecdotes of all the times when they got absolutely hammered and it was a terrible thing and they don't know why they did it, and they talk about those things and they support each other and they make sure other people know about what they're going through, and you examine yourself and your own values, and you come back and you sort of decide that what you were doing was wrong, and you have to do it yourself with the help of people around you. And you have this kind of like, well, what I had back in October, some kind of awakening. You have this kind of realization, this bing eureka moment. And I talked a lot about spirituality on Sunday in the stream. So again, we'll bring that topic back another time perhaps, but there's no way I could have beaten this on my own. Something happened, something gave me the power to do it. And some of that comes from sharing and talking about it. And that's really, really, really important. A lot of the things I've talked about tonight are not my own ideas, because I've sought out information to help myself get better. So I've watched YouTube videos of people that talk about alcoholism. I've been to groups, I've got a therapist and all that kind of stuff. A lot of the things I've talked about tonight are from a guy called Dr. Kevin McCauley. He was like he was in the Navy in the States, and basically he ended up getting kicked out because he was an alcoholic. Well, he wasn't kicked out, he was put in rehab, which is effectively prison. Because anyway, but I remember his name because his name is Kevin McCauley, which is nearly Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, but also mixed with Macaulay Culkin, who is also in Home Alone. That's how I remember that guy's name. Amazing. Let's go back to the chat. Did your family history have an effect on your decision to give up drinking? Yeah, going back to that genetic thing, I was worried, but not worried enough until I gave up. That is the long and short of it. I knew my family history and still got worse to start with. And that genetic thing that I talked about earlier, where it skips one person or it's in one brother and not the other. I mean, they could literally have written that about my family. I've not made that up. That was something that this Dr. Kevin McCauley talked about. Does accountability to others help, or is that more pressure not to relapse? The accountability to others, it was never something that would give me the power to give up in the first place. So I knew that I had people that didn't want me to drink. I knew I had people that wanted me to cut down, and it wasn't enough to make me stop. Does my accountability to other people now help me not to relapse? Possibly, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's what's stopping me from drinking. It's got to be my own decisions, my own choices. It's got to be, it's got to come from me. And if it's somebody else, if I'm doing it for somebody else, I don't think it will work. But I know that it has a positive effect, the fact that I'm not drinking on other people, and that is a good thing in the long run. Is there anything you can do or the people around you can do to prevent relapse? Are there any specific triggers? No, I don't think so. I think I've got more power now than I've ever had before. I've got more control than I've ever had before. 6 months not drinking it's the longest I've ever gone since I was about 15 years old. It's like insane. So I know that I'm in a really good place with it, but the things that will stop me relapsing are talking about it, continuing with therapy. I can't just go, I'm 6 months sober now, I'm not going to have a therapist anymore. I need that every week. And if I ever say can't afford that for any reason, then I'll make sure I go to groups, which will be free, or go to meetings on the internet, like you know, they do Teams meetings, they do WhatsApp groups, they do all that kind of stuff, which I can seek out if I'm not doing those other things. But this also really helps. Just interacting with you guys on here and recording this down is just a way of me being mindful of it every single day. So yeah, I really appreciate you being here and listening and watching tonight. I'm not sure the choice of game has been the right one. Let's play a little bit of it. I think I've talked about everything I want to talk about tonight, so we're going to eventually make a highlight reel of these things. There's enough content in here for people to watch that I can point people to, which is the point. Let's go to this. Have you tried decaffeinated
coffee?
I'm talking about decaf.
I can't even remember what he said in the first place now. Shouldn't you guys be working instead of just sitting there?
Shouldn't you guys be working instead of just sitting there?
Writer's block. We can't think of any amendments or anything, so we put a suggestion box over there. I don't suppose you have any brilliant ideas?
Start a fire, get the hack done. Yeah, thanks, Warbeard. Thanks for keeping me on the straight and narrow. What about free sandwiches for all roadies? No music in elevators. You could guarantee the right to free speech. I mean, I know the sensible one to pick here for the Constitution of the United States, but I think we're going to go for free sandwiches. What about
free sandwiches for all roadies?
No, there's no such thing as...
Don't say it, dude. I've heard it before. Well, I gotta go, dude.
Do you think Hoagie is actually a roadie, or is he actually in a band? Can we interact with the suggestion box? Oh, there's more guys over here. There is a lot of dialogue in this. This is not the action-packed.
It's Padlock.
He's a roadie. Yeah,
okay. The Constitutional Convention invites your comments, critiques, amendment to the Constitution.
So we're going to make an amendment to the Constitution eventually, I'm sure.
Hey, keep your hands off that.
Oh, I want that.
Hey, keep your hands off that.
Oh, I can't interact with that. Here's George Washington. Amazing. Let's talk to him.
Excuse me. Yes? What are you looking at out there? The future of our nation.
The future of our nation. It sounds like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where, the guy, I can't forget, what's his name? Cameron. Where Cameron phones up the principal. Ferris Bueller. No, yeah, he wouldn't say it like that. I believe. C.
A system of free enterprise and opportunity?
No. I was just admiring my reflection in the window.
Yeah.
Striking, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Now give Ferris Bueller the day off. Whoa, you're like George Washington.
You're like George Washington.
Very much like him, according to my wife, Mrs. Washington.
Take his wig. I want to. I'll try that.
My name's Hoagie.
Like the sandwich? How quaint.
That was a bit of a Mean Girls kind of rinse there from George. Quaint. You call me quaint? It's a swear word in some cultures.
Cold enough for you?
Cold? Why, you don't know the meaning of the word. I spent a winter at Valley Forge. Now that was cold. Why, my spit would freeze before it hit the ground. Cool. Extremely.
Right. Build a fire. Can I take that wood? Yes, I can. Come on.
Sorry, I'm saving it. It's going to be a famous log.
What is his accent? It's quite weird. Let's talk to this guy. We haven't spoken to him. Thomas Jefferson. I don't really remember what Thomas Jefferson did. Again,
hey,
American history, not taught in Britain.
My name's Hoagie.
Well, how quaint. I am, of course, Thomas
How quaint.
Jefferson.
These guys.
Noted scholar, musician, horseman, student of the sciences, member of the bar.
Burn the turkey painting. Yeah,
Oh, sure,
I haven't got
I'm
matches or
ready,
anything.
dude.
I'd start that fire. What's... Dude, is that like the Constitution? Could you start a
Could
fire?
you start a fire, please?
I'd love to oblige you, young man, but I can't. This is the only log, and I'm saving it for posterity.
Okay. If you are new to the stream tonight, could you make sure you hit follow for me? I am trying to get to 20 followers is the next goal. If you already have followed, thank you very much. Could you make sure you have got the notification button on? It's like a little bell. So then you know where when I'm going to be going live.
Dude, is that like
It will probably be
the
8 o'clock most days, but
Right
there'll be some
now,
days where I
it's
can't do it.
just a constitution, I'm afraid.
So
We
I'll
hit
change
a
the time.
slight creative block right after the preamble. That's why we put up a suggestion box over there.
Right.
What's in the can, Tommy?
What's in the can?
Thomas. My name is Thomas, and this, my chubby friend, is a time capsule. Filled with remembrances of our time to be revealed 400
Now that
years
seems
hence.
useful, doesn't it? Considering we are travelling through time here.
So, how's the time capsule going?
I'm
You need to
sorry
find fire.
say
Everything will be
that
fine when you
except
have
for my
fire,
log,
yeah.
we
I think it
haven't
probably
done a
will be.
thing.
How can you let Hancock
Maybe I just have to
suffer
convince
like
this
that?
guy through dialogue.
A real man is warmed by the fires of his spirit.
Well, there you
should
go.
Listen to Washington relate his experiences at Valley Forge and take heed.
That's what my therapist should have said to me. A real man is something by the fires of his spirit. You know, stop being an alcoholic. Sort it out, mate.
Has anyone ever told you you're a very snappy dresser?
Why, yes. I studied at Virginia Coat and Technical, where I majored in color theory. I was captain of the varsity cravat team.
Those
Cravat?
are impressive credentials, Tom.
Thomas.
Dude, I loved your work on the Declaration of Independence.
Ah, thank you. What was your favorite part?
I like the part about prudence. I like those S's where they look like F's. Yeah, I do like
those
that.
S's that look like F's.
I see.
Well,
Cage.
later, dude.
What? What's going to happen later?
Who's Nick Cage, Puff Dandini? Smoke detector, look at that, isn't that funny? If I light the fire, that's going to go off, isn't it?
It's a little cage with a canary in it, perched above a little lever.
Is that Nick Cage there? Could be. Right, we've been in there. Somehow I've got to start a fire. He stole the Declaration of Independence. Did he? In what film? Oh, look, there's more to it. Is this the same grandfather
It's
clock?
closed.
Oh, look, the secret passage is still there. Oh, this is him. Look, he looks exactly the same as that other guy.
Hey,
What is it?
you look kind of familiar.
I feel like we're getting
Of course
somewhere.
I do. I'm Red Edison, the inventor, not to mention owner of this inn. Perhaps you've seen my picture in some important scientific journal.
Possibly.
Then again, maybe not.
Another rinse. These guys are like backhanded compliments. Not backhanded compliments, just generally backhanded.
Do you know Ben Franklin?
Franklin? I would never associate with that overstuffed.
I think ultimately we're trying to get electricity here, aren't we? So that I can get
Stupidest
back to the
idea
future.
About glasses with one red lens and one blue one.
What are you doing?
I'm inventing, you simpleton. What's it look like I'm doing?
These guys are horrible to Hoagie.
I know an inventor who looks a bit like you.
Well, it's not one of my sons, that's for sure. It appears that I, Red
Chelsea 2-0, by the way.
foremost genius
Wow.
of my day, am to be the last in a long line of gifted inventors.
Thanks for that, Bobby.
My nearly indistinguishable son.
Saturday stream is going to be at 3
decided that they
p.m.
want to be
each week, I think, so that we can have
think
the
it
football
was
scores going at the same
Jed's
time.
idea. Or is it Ned? Ah, well, the left-handed one at any rate. Must be some sort of bad blood.
Does that put them? Does that put them level?
What are you inventing?
It's a complex metal device designed to minimize paper entropy.
Oh, right. Level, away goal, scrap now. Yeah, wow, that's good. Well, I'll end the stream fairly soon, not because of Chelsea, but because actually we're well over the hour that I've timed this for, and people's evenings are at stake.
Well, see you later.
So I've got nothing from him. This is quite
Cut
frustrating,
that
I have to say.
shorter.
But I'll make sure this is saved, and we'll perhaps pick it up again another time on another stream. But lab coat.
Hey!
Slap him? I can't
Only
slap him.
employees are
There's no
allowed to
slap
use that
option.
lab coat.
Only employees, so I can probably get employed by this guy.
He seems busy.
Yeah, he seems busy, man. Okay. Calm down, Bruce. Wow. Anything if we mention slaps now, suddenly Will Smith's name gets thrown out. You keep Will Smith's name out of your mouth.
It's covered with plans and junk.
Is there anything I can take? No. Meanwhile, look at this. So just talking to that guy's triggered.
Get me down from here.
No, it triggers nothing. Right, there's an upstairs. I think. Right. Has anybody got an idea what might be the next best course of action? It's got to be to light that fire, but has anybody seen anything that can help me do that? Or talk to Thomas Edison? Let's go upstairs. There's just so many doors to open and go in. That's George's bedroom. Right. Dude, Hoagie.
I told you guys I'll get to the flag next. I'm working as fast as I can.
Oh, this guy. She
Hey,
looks like
chill.
her.
Take your time.
Don't tell me you've got another design change for the flag.
Design change.
I've got another design change for the flag.
I knew it. What's the current brainstorm from our fickle founding fathers?
Oh, wow. Right, what do we want the flag to look like? Give me some A, B, or C. A, B, or C, what do we want the flag to look like? Could it have a chrome-plated bald eagle robot on it? How about a skull with, like, scorpions in its mouth? It should have a hologram on it somewhere. We need a babe in a leather bikini swinging a broad axe. Which one? Monkey Magic's going D. The babe in the leather bikini. Any other votes? Should have a hologram on it somewhere. Oh, dude. Everything should have a hologram. Let's go babe in another bikini then.
We need a babe in a leather bikini swinging a broad axe.
Oh, what the heck. At this point, I'd do anything just to have it over with.
She actually going to
Put
do
the
that?
pattern on the table, and I'll look at it when I'm done with this job.
Put the pattern on the table. Go Team Liz. Fact, there have been 27 different versions of the US flag to date. It's amazing. They've all been made in this one scene in this game. Okay, right. I think we're going to come to the end of the stream because, I mean, I don't think I can find fire anywhere. We're definitely going to have to do something with her plans and the flag, though. Do any of the have a babe with a leather bikini swinging a broad axe? Oh, any of them, yeah. I don't know if they do. This is Ben Franklin's room. Kite plans.
I don't understand that technical stuff.
Come on.
I don't quite see how it can fly.
Drawer. What's in his drawer?
Grody, man. I don't go through people's underwear.
Grody, man. What's Grody? More stairs. What the hell?
Hi, horsey.
Well, hi yourself.
It can talk.
Wow, you can talk.
Wow, so can you. What a coincidence.
There used to be a show called Mr. Ed where the horse could talk. Apparently they just gave it stuff to eat and chew, like gum or something, and it made it look like it was talking, and then they put a voiceover over it. People were entertained in different ways in the past.
What's a nice horse like you doing in a place like this?
Yeah, no way the long face option.
What are you doing here?
Maybe there will be one. Or maybe that's a British joke.
I'm trying to get back to the future and save the world.
Back to the future, come on.
The future, huh? And I thought that Franklin guy was off his nut.
This horse is alright. He's not called me quaint yet.
Is this some kind of a trick?
I don't do magic, I'm just a horse.
Comes full circle in the stream, didn't it? Talking about magic again.
Nice teeth.
Thanks. I paid quite a bit for them.
Oh, we're going to have to get the horse's teeth.
Did I mention how great your teeth look?
Thanks again.
Yeah, I'm definitely have to get those teeth.
Go.
See
Not
you
before
later.
I take this milk, though.
It looks like someone's dentures were in here.
Hey, I've got to put them somewhere.
Do you think the horse takes them out at night and then I can get them? I don't even know what I need them for. Dentures are not going to start a fire. This game is infuriating. Now what's happening?
Question is, which one's stuffed and which one's the real McCoy?
I assure you that we are both real, but we are neither one of us McCoys. We are Edisons, Ned and Jed.
Who's who?
Does it really matter? Even our dear father can't tell us apart. He only knows that one of us is left-handed while the other is right, but that neither of us are following in his tiny scientific footsteps. Hold still, Jed.
Nedwood.
So,
Jedwood.
too frightened to
This
ask.
is the Jedwood of
Are you the marble
David
delivery
Tentacle.
man? Or the model?
I'm the model. Should I take my clothes off now?
No. No, you most definitely should not. We couldn't get your
I feel like
body
this is
shape
all going
right
to wrap
anyway,
together in
unless
some
we cemented two
amazing
slabs
way,
of
and we
marble
should be
together.
sticking with it. But
Well, then your
at the
statue
moment,
would have a
all of
big
these things
seam in it.
seem
That's okay. It would have
so
one anyway.
detached from each other.
Look,
Like,
don't
how am I going to
call
link
us.
this up?
We'll call you.
Dang.
How does that mummy hat link to this in any way?
I'm no marble delivery man, but rock is my life.
Oh, good joke, dude.
I'm sure that's terribly amusing, where you're from. Where exactly did you come from?
The future.
Right, I'm going to finish talking to these dudes and then I'm going to sign off, I think.
Kind
So
of
thank you for
spooky
being here
sounding,
tonight.
ain't it? Ooh, the future.
I really
I'm from
appreciate
the
you
future,
listening
look
to
out.
some
Gosh,
of
it
the
would be so
spiel
nice
that I
if
had
you
to
weren't
say
here
about
anymore.
alcoholism and addiction and them being diseases. And the fact that actually there are things that I can recognise within myself that help me to not relapse, and the fact that it's chronic and that I have to keep thinking at it and working about it, thinking about it and working at it for my lifetime. But that's not really a downer, because actually all of this is quite positive, isn't it? Because there is no necessity to drink alcohol. None. Our lives do not need to revolve around it. And I just need to make some adjustments that allow that to happen. And over the last 6 months, I've done that. So yeah, okay. So if you are new to the stream, if you stuck around, it would be great to see you tomorrow. It'll be 8 p.m. again tomorrow. Probably back to Genshin Impact tomorrow, I reckon. Just because I know where I stand with that a little bit more. It's a bit more action-packed as well. There's a bit more going on the screen. However, if you enjoyed this, we'll do some more retro stuff next week. and if you like it, then drop something in the chat before we end and just say, yeah, I enjoyed that. I want to do that again. But there's other retro games. I mean, I've got the Castlevania collection, like going all the way back to the NES ones, because they've all been remastered for the PS4. So there's those to play. That would be quite good, I feel, because it'll be action packed, and then it'll get to a hard bit and it'll be really difficult. So I think that will be quite good for streaming. Genshin will always be good for streaming, but it's whether that's a bit niche for the people that are watching this stream, perhaps, because I'm happy to just play anything else, and I'm going to look at ways just to sort of get it so that there'll be elements where I'm just talking and stuff as well, and maybe not got the game in the background. But anyway, thank you for your continued patronage. If you have enjoyed the stream, please hit follow. I'm trying to work my way up to 50 followers in the long run. So thank you for your follows. If you have already followed, please switch those notifications on so you know when I'm next live. It will probably be around 8 p.m. tomorrow. Let's just hit.
Sorry, hope I haven't jostled you.
And that's a nice way to sign off. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Peace out.
Too late.